I'm still trying to work out a filming location. Right now, my tripod is on my bed, so if the camera shakes, deal with it. Anyway, I have been tagged in the Disney Parks survey that was created by Stella. I'll link her channel down below. And yes, this is another video about Disneyland. Just get used to it at this point. Anyway, question number 1 is pick a park and answer the rest of the questions about that park. The park I'm picking is Disneyland. Obviously. How many times have you been to that park? Way too many to count. What's your favorite land and why? Hey Kaylee. My favorite land is New Orleans Square. It's not a very big land and the only ride is Pirates and Haunted Mansion, but it's my fave because I lived in New Orleans and I even liked it before I lived in New Orleans. It's cool and small and it's got some really pretty architecture and lots of hidden things.
Ambiance.
And ambiance. And Pirates is my favorite ride, so I love it. What's your favorite ride and why? My favorite ride is Pirates of the Caribbean, a ride that I used to be scared of when I was a child. Fun fact. I don't think I went on it until I was like 14, but I love it because it's relaxing and it's air conditioned and it smells like chlorine. All good reasons. And it's got the best story, I think, and some of the best animatronics. Show us all of your pins, buttons, and merchandise. Well, this is the most important thing I own. I bought a child's extra large Rapunzel dress for Halloween, but also for my own personal enjoyment. Other things I have, I bought these most recently at the Wonderground Gallery in downtown Disney. I love both of these pieces. These are my Halloween Mickey ears that I really love. This is my Phineas and Ferb lanyard that I use at the parks with some of my favorite pins on it from various years. This is my Dapper Day pin that I just got. Here's my pass. And this is my other lanyard with my other pins on it, but I've got an I Am Celebrating pin, the otter pins from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I got a Just Graduated pin when I just graduated high school and I went. This is one of my favorite pins of all time. My friend Megan got it for me at the new California Adventure opening. It was only sold that day, so it's super cool, but it opens up and it's like this stained glass arts and crafts kind of thing, and it says, you know, it all started with the mouse quote. And then I've got, you know, other like AAA pins that I got. And then I got my happy birthday pin for when I went for my birthday. And then my favorite thing, well, I said that for a lot of things, but one of the coolest things I own is this Disneyland Park Map bow that was made by a girl named Haley who has a website called Magical Ribbons, and she makes bows for all of Disney things. What is your favorite thing to eat in the park? Chili con queso. If you ask anyone, I am obsessed with chili con quesos. You can get them at the Cozy Cone in Cars Land. I'm officially starting the Chili Con Queso fan club because they are my absolute favorite thing to get in the park. Chili con queso, pomegranate limeade, and I'm a happy girl. I'm gonna add a new question to the survey because I really like my answer for this question. And that question is, what is your favorite show at the parks? My favorite show right now, I'm really into the Soundsational Parade. I know all the words, the 25-minute soundtrack. I listen to it on a daily basis, but I also just had my life changed by Mickey and the Magical Map. What's one thing you wish you could experience at the park but have never gotten the chance to? I have always, and probably will always want to be able to go into Club 33. For those of you who don't know what Club 33 is, it is a secret club in Disneyland in New Orleans Square, and it's got like a waiting list of like 12 years or something. The membership's like $100,000. All these crazy rumors about it. It's a super secret club that Walt himself invented. It's the only place in Disneyland that serves alcohol. That's not the reason why I want to go. It's just a fun fact. But I've always wanted to go, and I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to, but every time I walk past it in New Orleans Square, I'm most like, hee, maybe one day I'll get to go in there, but who knows. If you were a cast member, who would you want to be? Now for this question, like if I could be any cast member in any part of the parks, it's very silly, but I really want to be a face character, particularly one in the parades. I really liked playing dress up as a kid, and I just think it would be so fun to be one of the princesses or one of the fur characters or just be in a parade. I'm a dancer and I like to dance and I like children. That sounds creepy, but I like, you know, making people happy and I like playing a character, and I just think it'd be so much fun to be one of the face characters. No one in particular. I've gotten that I look like Snow White. I've gotten that I could be Rapunzel, but I would just like to do it. Share your favorite story from being in the park. I have so many favorite stories from being in the parks, and for how often I go to Disneyland, I will tell you honestly that every single time I go to the parks, every single time I go into the parks, I leave with a new experience or a new story. One I'm going to share today was one I just experienced last time I was in the parks with my friend Kaylee. We were going to see Magical Map for the first time. Neither of us had seen it before. And we were sitting, and then in the row behind us, we overheard a bunch of guys talking about Disney World. And Kaylee turned around and she's like, "Do you guys work at Disney World?" And they did. And they were visiting Disneyland for the first time, some of them for the first time. And we were all watching Magical Map for the first time, and Magical Map is amazing. If you haven't seen Magical Map, get on that. But it was just so funny to like watch the show, and then Kaylee and I were freaking out, and then they hear like them freaking out in the back, and then we turned to them like during the show, and like they were crying and we were crying. It's a magical experience, but it was really fun to share that experience with people from like other side of the country who also share a passion for Disney and who experience, like complete strangers, and we all experienced this thing together, and I thought that was very, very cool. Tag someone. The person I am tagging is Kaylee because we were in the parks together when I was filming most of the survey, and anyone else who wants to do the survey, I know a lot of you are big Disney fans, make a survey. You don't have to necessarily film it in the parks. I did because I was able to. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, later days.
Does creak in the tombstones quake? Happy haunts materialize.
That's it. I'm in the same room, so
Bring ghosts about to socialize.